Jesus, thou Son of God Most High?
So these demons knew who he was, right? It's a shame that the demons know and recognize who Jesus is, but you don't. Your elder know he wasn't a Messiah. He was just a prophet. You don't bow down to a prophet. They bowed down to him. They said, Son of the Most High, don't torment me. Don't torture me. He knew Jesus had the ability to do that, right? Go ahead.
I beseech thee, torment me not. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For oftentimes it had caught him. And he was kept bound with chains and in fetters.
He was kept bound with chains and in fetters. Shackles. Go ahead.
And he brake the bands and was driven of the devil into the wilderness.
Wait a minute. It said he broke the bands. Shackles are made out of iron, sisters and brothers. That means these demons got the power to make people very strong. Right? They have the power to do that. That's why when you look at all these people in these crazy houses, it be taking 5 and 6 doctors to hold them down. Because they be possessed by these strong demons. Go ahead and read.
And Jesus asked him, saying, What is thy name?
He said, What is your name? Go ahead and read.
And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him.
He said, Legion, for many devils were entered into him. That means that one body can house up to thousands of devils or demons. But we know where they came from. They came from the giants that died during the days of Noah. But wait a minute. On the other side of the flood, we got Joshua and David killing giants. So we got even more evil spirits every time that happened, don't we? And they are still around today, possessing people, influencing people, making people commit suicide, making people want to worship the devil. But go ahead and read.
And they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep.
He said they besought him, they begged him, don't command us to go into the deep. Now, go to the Strong Concordance. Look at the word translated deep there. There's 12 in the Greek section. Number 12 in the Greek section. Because they begged Jesus, don't cast us into the deep. The deep what? See, people don't understand this stuff right here. Maybe now you're going to understand what this chains of darkness is talking about. We don't see that. Say, don't put us in the deep. We don't want to go there, please. Because while you're in the deep, something happens to you. What's the word?
Abusos.
Abusos. And what's it mean?
Depthless.
Depthless. No bottom. What do we call something with no bottom? We call it bottomless. Go ahead and read.
That is specifically infernal abyss.
Infernal abyss. That's where you get the word abyss from. Abuso, the Greek word abuso. Go ahead.
Deep.
Deep. What else?
Bottomless pit.
Wait, what?
Bottomless pit.
You mean to tell me this word can also be translated bottomless pit? So these demons or these demons are asking Jesus, please don't cast us into the bottomless pit. But wait a minute. A bottomless pit? What's a pit? It's a hole. And everybody knows the deeper a hole goes, the darker it gets. So if it has no bottom, how dark is it? Very dark. Right? So now we got a real dark place where angels and demons are being held prisoner. Real dark, and you being held prisoner there. What does it say in 2 Peter and Jude? Chains of darkness. The chains represent the prison. The pit is the prison. The pit that you read about, which we gonna read about, is the chains of darkness. Not invisibility. It is a spiritual prison for angels. That's what the chains of darkness is talking about. That's what Peter was talking about. That's what Jude was talking about. And that's what these demons are talking about right here. Please don't send us into the chains of darkness. Or Tartarus. Don't send us there. Don't send us to the lowest abyss of Hades. That was said, the lowest abyss, right? All this stuff started to line up now. But your elder and your pastor never want to deal with this stuff. Oh, those are just holy men in Genesis 6. Those were not angels. Somebody's trying to keep something from you they don't want you to know. Somebody don't want you to know this stuff. Because if you really get into it, you'll see these demons are playing a role in everything we do today. They play a role in politics. They play a role in music, movies, and most importantly, the church, religion. That's the main place where they love to dwell. Satan wants God's people. Satan's not interested in his own people because he already got them. He wants God's people. That's who he wants. check anyway. He don't want you if he already got you. You don't fight for somebody you already have. The fight has already been won. You want God's people. And God's people are supposed to be in the church, right? But now, let's move on. Let's go to Revelation 20. Because we've seen that word be translated bottomless pit. Right. So now we got the darkness because a bottomless pit would be very dark, wouldn't it? The light of the sun can only penetrate so deep into the ground before it starts getting dark. Anybody that ever had to work in a manhole or anywhere else that requires you to go deep in the ground knows that. After a while, the light don't penetrate as far. You don't believe me? Get you a flashlight and just walk down a dark street or in a place that's completely dark, a big place that's completely dark, and that light from that flashlight is only going to go so far before it can't reach any further. That's how it is with a very deep pit. But it can also be translated bottomless pit. Revelation 20 and 1. Because we got the darkness. Now let's get the change. 20 and 1. Because one guy asked me on YouTube, and I hope you're still with me, what is the bottomless pit? And why is smoke coming out of it? You're going to get your answer right here. 20 and 1. Go ahead and read.
And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
Having the key of the bottomless pit. And what did he have in his hand?
And a great chain in his hand.
A great what in his hand?
A great chain.
Didn't he call it the chains of darkness? The chains of darkness is referring to the bottomless pit. A spiritual prison for fallen angels and demons. But what is he going to do with this great chain? Go ahead and read it.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
Now let me ask you a question. Is this in the future? Yes. So if Satan doesn't get thrown into the future, into the beginning of the millennium reign of the Messiah, then is Satan locked up anywhere now? No. You got some demons and fallen angels in the bottomless pit now, but Satan is not one of them. Satan doesn't get locked up till the Messiah comes back. He is roaming around free right now. And then it tells right here, when it does happen, it's only going to be for 1,000 years. Now skip down to verse 7 and read.
And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
It said when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That is the chains of darkness. You got an angel with a great chain in his hand about to throw somebody into a very deep, dark hole. Chain, dark hole. Chain, dark hole. Chains of darkness. It's real simple. You got people telling you that the bottomless pit is a place, it's allegory. Not right here it isn't. Because they read this. Let's go to the last one. Revelation 9 and 1. Because you can tell from reading this that this bottomless pit right here has to be a spiritual prison because it says Satan's going to get locked there, right? You can see that. Revelation 9 and 1. Now we're going to read the exact same thing, but in reverse. In Revelation 20, we read about an angel having a great chain, locking somebody up. He had the key to it, right? Now,
that lets you know where all those creatures came out of. People say are tanks and all that.
Exactly. That's why we've been showing you. Revelation 9 and 1. Go ahead and read.
And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
It's about the same angel in Revelation 20. But it calls him a star here. Of course it did, because the angels are called morning stars. We showed you that in Joel 38. This time he's giving the key to the bottomless pit, and he said he had what? A great, keep reading.
And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit.
Wait a minute. He opened the what?
The bottomless pit.
He opened the bottomless pit. What does the bottomless pit have in it? What we've been reading?
Spirits.
Fallen angels and demons. Evil spirits, right? You got people that'll read it and say, what's coming out of here is tanks and helicopters. No! The bottomless pit is a place that holds demons and fallen angels. So we just saw a fallen angel, Satan, get put in it, and then it get locked. Now we're seeing it right here being unlocked. See, you got to get understanding on what the bottomless pit is in these particular cases. Go ahead and read.
And there arose a smoke out of the pit.
Hold on, there arose a what out of the pit?
A smoke.
Where there is smoke, there is what?
Fire.
Fire. So the brother on YouTube asked me,